All right, let's jump right in. We're going to talk about a piece of tech that sounds like it's straight out of a movie, but it's already all around you, changing your world in ways you probably don't even realize. So, what exactly is deep learning? You ever stop and think, how in the world does a car drive itself? Or, when your phone unlocks just by looking at your face. It's wild, right? It feels like actual magic, but it's not. Well, it turns out the answer to all of that is this incredibly powerful form of artificial intelligence called deep learning. Yep, that's the secret sauce behind so many of these modern marvels. It's the engine making it all happen. Okay, so what is it really? Think of it this way. Deep learning is a special part of machine learning that uses something called artificial neural networks. Now, that sounds complicated, but just picture a computer system that's built to work kind of like our own brains. And just like us, the best way for it to learn is by experience, by sifting through massive, and I mean massive amounts of data. So, to really get a grip on deep learning, we gotta look under the hood at its engine, and that's the neural network. Let's break down how this digital brain actually thinks. Let's break this down with a simple analogy. Imagine you have one tiny decision maker, just one person. That's a neuron. Now, what if you put a bunch of these people together into a team? That's a layer. Each team works on one specific part of a big problem. But here's where it gets deep. You stack these teams, or layers, on top of each other, creating a network. The first team might spot simple shapes. They pass their findings to the next team who looks for more complex patterns, and so on, until the final team puts it all together and says, yep, that's a cat.
All right, you've probably heard the terms machine learning and deep learning thrown around, maybe even used to mean the same thing, but they're not. There's a really important difference, so let's clear that up right now.
Okay, here's the biggest difference. With old-school machine learning, you, the human, have to do a lot of the prep work. You have to tell the machine, hey, to find a car, look for wheels, look for windows, look for this specific shape. You have to point out all the important features. But with deep learning, you just don't. You just show the network millions of pictures of cars, and it figures out what makes a car all on its own. It learns the features automatically. And that ability to learn from raw stuff like images and sound, that's what makes it a total game changer. And look, this isn't some futuristic tech that's locked away in a lab somewhere. Deep learning is already here. It's woven into your everyday life, probably in a bunch of ways you don't even notice.
I mean, seriously, think about your day. You ask Siri or Alexa a question? That's deep learning. Netflix or Spotify recommends a new show or song that you end up loving? Yep, that's deep learning too. And it's not just for fun. It's the brains behind self-driving cars. It's helping doctors spot diseases earlier in medical scans, and it's what powers those incredible real-time language translation apps. It is everywhere.
So, what's the big picture here? What does all this really mean? Well, it means we're in the middle of a massive shift. For the first time, we're not just telling machines what to do step by step. We're building them to learn, to adapt, and to figure things out on their own, almost like we do. We're going from simple calculation to something that looks a whole lot like cognition. And that just leaves us with this huge, incredible question to chew on. For all of human history, we've been the only things on this planet that could really learn in this way. But that's changing. Now that we have machines that can learn right alongside us, what's next? What's the next massive challenge we're going to solve together?